Hello and good evening.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to yet another fun and amazing Talk Tuesday. I am Kevin.
And I'm Marsha Smith.
And we are the Body Smith. So thank you for joining us this evening.
Yes.
And as usual, we're going to break out the red wine so we can toast to another exciting conversation. So thank you out there for this lovely recommendation. Thank you, Charles, for this. This is the Storm Chaser Wild Ride Red. And it seems pretty lovely. So if you are out there and you are ready to have an amazing conversation with us, get out your red wine, get out a nice glass, and let's get ready for an amazing conversation.
Yes.
Cheers.
All right. So tonight, we're going to be talking about positive thoughts, positive outcomes.
That's right.
What did you just say?
Equaling.
Okay.
Positive thoughts equal positive outcomes.
Yes. So,
yes,
Kevin and I are huge believers of the concept of thoughts become things. Mm-hmm. And so whether you're thinking negatively or whether you're thinking positively, wherever you're channeling that energy, that normally ends up kind of existing in what you actually see.
Yeah, it's like when you wake up in the morning and you're like, man, I'm just having a bad day. Nothing happened yet. You're just telling yourself that you had a bad day. And you're gonna be like, man, my whole day is done now. It's over. But yet you just woke up and the day just started. Now that energy will backpack with you and be carried along with you throughout the rest of your day. So you go to your car, you get stopped at red lights. You just furious. You didn't even make it into work yet. Getting stopped at every single red light. Why? Not because the lights just exist, but because you believe that it is the worst possible day for you, or the day is just so bad and it's going to continue to get worse.
Yep.
Yeah, so that is an example of like how that negative energy can just really start to manifest itself in the rest of your day. Mm-hmm. Now, the flip side to that is, waking up, feeling like you're in a great and amazing mood, meditating, visualizing, having your day prepped out and planned in the way you wanted to go. You hop into your car, you hear your favorite song, you get to the, to the upcoming traffic light, and just before you're about to stop, it turns green. And guess what? The next one does too, and it just keeps going because that positive energy is just put out there. It's like, you know what, Kev? You deserve to have a great day. I'm just going to give you green lights. And I'm okay with that.
No, what we're not saying is that you're not ever going to encounter a red light, or you're not ever going to encounter traffic, or, things are not going to pop up.
Yes.
Out of the random blue.
Yeah. However,
we are asking that you shift your mindset into seeing the opportunity in every single situation.
Everything.
So say you do run into traffic, is this a great opportunity for you to reach out to that friend that you haven't talked to in a really long time, and it would be great to have a conversation pre-work, because I don't know about anybody else, but I prefer not to have a whole lot of conversation throughout my work day.
Yes.
So before work and after work seems to be when I'm able to reach out to folks. Or can you take that time and listen to an audio book? How can you flip the situation so that your viewpoint doesn't see the scenario as being out to get you?
So what you're saying, Marsha, is that like what you're going through, or shall I say growing through, could be a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely.
So just like those red lights, it may seem like it's a negative situation, but looking at it positively, you may be able to make an important phone call to a loved one or friend. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
absolutely. Yeah. Something my mom would say when we would run into situations where it's like, oh my goodness, I'm running late, or I missed my plane, or she would always say, you have no idea what what God was keeping you from. Mm-hmm. And so it does give you the opportunity to realize that there are opportunities. There are opportunities in everything.
Certainly.
It's shifting your perspective.
Yeah, and you got to carry that energy into everything you do. Let's take something that people like usually have a negative conversation about, or their mindset is just not in the right place when it comes to money.
Okay.
Right? People always talk about you must have a positive money mindset. It is extremely important. So make sure you check in with your beliefs and your values and what your thoughts are regarding your money. You know, because if you claim or say that you broke, and I pause there for a reason. If you claim and you state that you're broke, that is exactly what you will be.
And people say that with confidence.
Oh,
man,
I am broke. I ain't got no cash. Yes.
You know, or we use other really strong statements like, you know, I can't believe that I did that. I made such a stupid mistake.
Yes.
One thing Kevin is very big on is not saying, I'm sorry. Always like, I'm not a sorry person.
We are not sorry people. Now,
Right.
You can't say sorry. You can't say I apologize. But when
Correct.
you put I'm in front of it like an affirmation, I am great, I am wonderful, I am amazing. If you say, you know, what was it we were just saying?
I'm sorry.
If we're saying that I'm sorry, that's clearly making a statement about who you are. And it's not really apologizing to the person. You're claiming it. So what you speak into not just others' lives, but most importantly, your life is just so important. So important.
Absolutely. So now, what is a situation? Do there, do any situations exist
Yes.
where this cannot apply? Where,
What?
where positive thinking is just too positive?
Man, I'd say it depends. Like if you're coaching, see, this is one.
Okay.
Right? This is one, and I'm talking about like a not just a personal training session, but like you're coaching a client through, let's say, a behavioral change. What they say is like if you're meeting someone who is in a low energy state, it is better to meet them where they are. So you still can be positive, but your energy needs to match theirs. And so that would be one example that I believe that like you can be extremely positive, but you got to be careful how far you go, because you could be overtaking the client's opportunity to be successful in what they have going on, and the focus no longer is about them. It now becomes about you.
Okay.
You know, so you want to meet a person right where they are.
Okay. So like, what's an example of a scenario like that?
So let's say someone might have come to you for a behavioral change. They had an issue with drinking a lot, and they really just don't want to be in the coaching session with you. So the energy could just be extremely low. If you come in like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Everything's great today? Are you ready to have this conversation? Because I know I am. And they're like, no, I really don't even want to be here right now. Like they're there to uncover or discover what's going on and possibly find, breadcrumbs to lead them to the right place. However, if your energy is up way too much and they're, you got to get them to have those like aha and excitement moments. And when they go there, you can go there too.
Yeah.
So that is definitely an example that I would say that works.
Okay. But it's probably super important to also keep in mind that misery does love company.
Yeah.
And so you may have instances where you may need to preserve your positive energy because other people are not trying to hear that. That's okay. That is absolutely okay. It doesn't have to change who you are as a person.
Okay, so it sounds like you're starting to talk about me, Marsha. You're describing a basic Kevin scenario. I can hear it. I can just hear it like right here. And so what I've grown to understand about an extremely positive person.
Why do you have to say it like that?
I'm just stating it, baby.
Okay.
Yes. So being an extremely positive person, I've come to understand that there's a time and place where, someone like myself needs to just fall back a little bit. Let people have their moments of their feeling what they're feeling in their emotion, because we only can control what we do, what we say, and how we feel. And a lot of times, like, I'm so energized. I just want that person to feel good. I want them to feel great. I want them to give them this energy because why? Like, life is too precious, and we have such an abundance of wealth to be like spending precious time that we won't get back on something that's so minuscule, like just so small that it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of like the ultimate goal. So I'm quick to want to get someone to that place. However, I learned how to scale it down a bit because my energy is through the roof, and that's why I'm not really seeking to confuse positivity with energy. But even though the two work hand in hand.
What do you mean by that?
I can be positive and my energy can be low. Like I can still be like real kind of chill, but I can say some kind words and I can be extremely positive about the situation.
Okay.
So I want to be cautious of how I project my energy. Even if I want to go there, I got to just hold on, wait for the moment, because they're going to have that aha moment. They're going to know what they're going to have this same feeling, and it's so much more special when someone gains that emotion on their own, gains that experience on their own. And that's why in coaching we are simply understanding that people, you are the expert, not us. We don't give advice, we provide guidance, and we ask questions. Well, maybe, have you thought about this? What is it that you're going to do? How can you work that out? How can you get from step A to step B? What's the smallest thing you can do? And when people come to their own realizations, they become empowered, they become confident, they believe in themselves, they start to, start to gain that feeling of excitement and positivity. I was listening to something today by Eric Thomas, and he was talking about only 12% of the world actually are people that execute. 12%. And the other 88% is like, they hear rejection or they hear no, it's a wrap. Like they completely go in another direction. And so that means that the average person don't want to hear all this, positivity. So they know it's nice for you, but that's not really what's going on in their life. And so we want to connect with people by meeting them exactly where they are in the conversation, and not just say you need to do this, actually provide people tools and steps to actually get there. So when it comes to like being positive in your life, it starts by being able to be happy, knowing what that means for yourself. And someone posted something from Will Smith the other day, and it was saying that, I want to be happy, and if I'm going to be happy, I'm going to work on me. I shouldn't be here to make you happy. The way it needs to go is that because I'm happy and because you're already happy, we can come together and just be some super happy people. And anybody that asks you to make them happy is just selfish. Yeah. Selfish. It's a selfish thing to ask, because people are looking to discover that. They want to figure out what makes them happy. And, I was listening to T.D. Jakes. It might have been Les Brown. But hold on. He was talking about how when I did not have the car that I wanted, I was happy. And when I got the car that I wanted, I was happy. When I didn't have a cell phone, when I had the oldest one possible, I was happy. And when I got the most updated cell phone, I was happy. The point of the story is, it's not about anything external. It's already something that's deep within you. And so you gotta do everything you can to figure out what makes you happy. What is your purpose? What do you need to be doing with your life that's going to give you that sense of fulfillment?
And sometimes a positive mindset does take practice.
It does.
So
it does.
It for some people it's easy to default to that state of mind, and for others it may not be as easy, or it can be. Again, it just takes a little bit of practice. And so a good way to start the positive mindset is by noting the things that you're grateful for.
Such as like
being grateful for the fact that you have lights in the house, because there are some people who don't. Being grateful for the fact that you have a vehicle. Being grateful for the fact that you have a job. Like, it may not be your, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, but maybe you're getting paid and maybe you have benefits. And, you start to think about little things, and it makes those situations and those issues that seem so massive really become so insignificant, again, because you're focusing your mind towards the happier things and the more positive things in your life. And so, your brain functions similarly to a muscle. You have to train it in order for it to stay sharp, and in order for it to, do things with a little bit more ease when it comes to automation. And so with the positive mindset practice, those things, sometimes you do have to fake it until you make it. Sometimes you do have to, put yourself in a situation of saying some of the most basic things to be thankful for. But even so, if you can be, genuine in that, you can really change the energy of your life.
Certainly, but let's be 100 here, right? Let's be 100% honest. It comes down to, not just talking, but doing, taking action. Because, a lot of people just like to waste people's ears and brain space with all these stories of how they want to change and they want to be better and they wish life was different and they hate their job, but then they do nothing about it when they are home. They don't wake up early. They go to bed late. When they have free time, they're distracted, cell phones, other people's business, knowing about more about others than themselves. And so that's where the real change happens. When you become selfish, you stop worrying about everyone else and comparing yourself to them, what they have and what they do not have. Because at the end of the day, you're going to get to the place where you belong at your appointed time. So enjoy yourself while you're getting there. You're going to be stressed out trying to figure it out. But most importantly, if you really want to begin making real change and starting to think positive and see your legacy or your future just brighter, you got to do something about it when you're out for your 9 to 6, your 9 to 5. When if you're working at night and you have that daytime available, work. You got to put that grind in. Eric Thomas said today, what is the difference between Martin Luther King and myself? What's the difference between those two people? He was like, nothing. He said the big difference was opportunity. Back then, he had dogs being sicked on him. He was in jail. They was getting sprayed with water hoses. He was like, I don't got none of that happening to me. I got a bunch of opportunity, and you got people out here just wasting it. Just wasting it because they feel entitled. And he said, listen, skill and will is what you need to get to that next step. Skill and will. Because people are born with gifts. People are born with gifts, but that's great. But look at people when they get to the NBA and they're at that pro level. Everybody got skills. Now what does it come down to? The will. So you got to be willing to find what makes you happy. Find out what makes you happy. You got to be willing to speak more positive things, not just in your life, but over other people's lives. And sometimes you don't get it until it's something tragic that happens in your life. And hopefully that's not happening to anyone that's out there right now. But it's something tragic. Something happened to a mom. Something happened to a cousin. Something happened to a best friend. You lost your job. All of these things, all of a sudden it causes a massive turning point. If I keep doing this, what is the outcome? Because you've seen the consequences or how bad things can be, all of a sudden, boom, people get themselves into shape and start, moving forward. So hopefully you don't wait until you're backed into a corner and then you strike.
Either change your mindset or change your situation.
Yep.
You do have a choice. In every single situation, it's either that you change your mindset or you change your situation.
Yeah. And we're going to put a lot of energy into changing your mindset, because a lot of these situations for you out there are not going to just change overnight. Let's be real. It will be challenging. It may be a little difficult, but guess what? Is your future worth it? That's what you got to keep your focus on. Is your future. If you don't have any children yet, one day you may, and if you do, when are you going to start to change for not just yourself, but to be a better person for them? What is your why? What is driving you right now? I'm sitting right next to mine. My other two are asleep right now. So we're asking you to really just take some time and be selfish with your life. Be selfish with your time. Put your phone down. Put it down. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you tuning in. But put your phone down and really think about when you walk away from people, will they miss you? What will they say about you? Because you're controlling that narrative. And I'm guilty. For a long time when I was in college, I had a little bit of a bad rap. I was a great guy, but I was a troublemaker from time to time. You know, that's just a boy transitioning to a man. But I was always a positive mindset type of guy. And at the core of who you are is there. And people, I love to say this. People, we all have the whole spectrum of characteristics that we can be. We can be the most ugly person on this planet inside, and we can be the nicest person you ever meet. Everyone has that opportunity. Now, this is how you know if someone's for or against your life. If someone is for your life, they're gonna pour and speak positive energy into your life, and you're gonna know it. It's gonna feel great. It's gonna be a mutual thing. When people are not in line with your purpose or not in line with, you know, your life, they bring out the worst in you. And you got to ask yourself, when I'm around this person, am I the best person that I know I am? You know, trustworthy, loyal, honest, you know, going hard 120%. Or am I just this negative person when I'm around them that just has a bad attitude all the time? I'm doing things that are just not like my character, being rude and ignorant to people, acting real immature. Know the difference.
Yep.
Know the difference.
Yep. And if you're having trouble determining that east and west, or that yes or no, look into your intuition.
Trust yourself.
Trust yourself.
That's right.
All of us have an instinct that triggers like a gut check.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's something that we're about to do that's incredibly exciting, or something that we're about to do that is incredibly scary or stressful, or you know, you know the difference between the best feeling that it could be and the worst feeling that it could be. And so, you know, if you are in a situation where you feel like your gut is telling you that the best of you is being drained, again, change your mindset or change your situation.
Yeah.
The reality is that no one can control your perception of anything but you. No one has control over that. No one has the ability to force you into a stressful situation. Nobody has the ability to make you feel any way about anything. It's completely within your control. And so
that's right. I can't make you do anything. I can't make you be happy. I can't make you be mad. That's something that's all within you. And you have the ability to change that.
Absolutely. So tonight, we really would love for you to ponder on the idea, the concept, and just the life mantra that positive thoughts do equal positive outcomes.
Yes. Yeah. So as you go throughout the rest of your week, if something has already, you know, just set your soul on fire in the opposite direction, we want to ask right now that you just let it go and realize and ask yourself, is this in line with my purpose and my ultimate plan? And if you don't know, just go by what you feel. This does not feel right. It doesn't feel right. This isn't who I am. You know, then let it go. Move into, if you want to elevate yourself and reach that upper level, then your mind, body, and soul must be one.
Oh my gosh, are you about to sing The Last Dragon?
It's a sacrifice. It takes hard work. It's a way of life. Thank you. That's right. Anybody out there that's a Last Dragon fan, you understand what I just said. For sure.
Thank you guys so much for joining us this evening. As always, it is our pleasure.
Yes.
We look forward to chatting with you guys next week, Tuesday, 9:30 p.m.
That's right.
See you then.
See you then. Have a great week on purpose.